China is recruiting hundreds of Australian scientists and academics. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's look at this article from news.com.au. China recruits hundreds of Australian academics and scientists to a suspicious program. Beijing has signed up Australian academics and scientists to a suspicious program that one expert says could lead to infiltration, or at the very least a conflict of interest. More than 300 academic and scientists from tertiary and government research institutions around Australia have been recruited by the Chinese Communist Party, a new submission to a parliamentary inquiry has revealed. Alex Joske, the CCP influence expert who made a submission, said as many as 600 Australians may have been recruited, warning that these secretive programs could be associated with up to $280 million in grant funding. He also raised concerns it could lead to Chinese infiltration and tech fraud. Last August, the Australian revealed dozens of researchers had been offered lucrative salaries and perks as part of Beijing's 1,000 Talents plan. In return, their inventions must be patented in China, and they're obliged to abide by Chinese law, worrying security experts that certain technology and innovations funded by Australian taxpayers would be sent to China and used to advance their military and intelligence. It serves the dual purpose of modernizing China's military and is also commercially viable, former British diplomat Matthew Henderson told the paper at the time. At the moment, we are giving greater shelf life to the most appalling regime the world has ever known because the best of our abilities are being stolen from us or handed over on a silver platter. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that commies outsmarted Western nations. Look at the Soviets when they simply bought jet engine technology from the UK. And did they pay for it? No, they just didn't. They were shocked that they could buy it. In his recent submission, Mr. Joske highlighted that 59 of the academics and researchers received competitive fellowships worth between $1 million and $3 million from the Australian Research Council while maintaining employment in China. CCP talent recruitment activity in Australia may be associated with as much as $280 million in grant fraud over the past 2 decades, his submission states. Australian research grants come with clear requirements to disclose conflicts of interest. In some cases, they prohibit recipients from taking up external employment or other fellowships that require them to predominantly reside in Australia. Such behaviour would also breach university policy on conflict of interests, external employment, intellectual property, and research commercialisation. The University of Queensland, George Zhao, a participant in 2 Chinese government talent recruitment programs, who also won 2 of the ARC's most lucrative full-time fellowships worth $3.9 million, was identified in this submission as someone of concern. Former Australian National University and Curtin University professor Brad Yu Shangbin was also flagged, having joined multiple talent recruitment programs while working on defence-funded drone swarm projects in Australia. He's now the chief technician of the Chinese military's fixed-wing drone program. Examples of the talent recruitment was evidenced at all Australian leading universities. Monash had the highest number of participants at 35, followed by UQ at 31, UNSW at 27, and the CSIRO at 24. I think it's really concerning, he says, who estimates that the thousands talent plan represents only a third of the 325 cases he identified, he told the Australian. Combined with the possible extent of grant fraud and other forms of misconduct associated with this activity, it is really an alarming issue. He added that compared to other countries, the CCP's talent recruitment push was disproportionately focused on Australia. One of the key takeaways is that the 1,000 Talents plan is particularly important, but it is just one of the bigger picture of Chinese government talent recruitment, he said. But all these programs raise similar concerns. An ARC spokeswoman told the paper it had not received any details of the allegations raised by Mr. Joske, but the council expected the high standards of integrity in all aspects or research funds. All universities have obligations to ensure that appropriate due diligence is undertaken. So there we have it, everyone. Claims that, well, one would say, an intellectual and talent brain drain from Australia being drawn by China and the CCP. Can you be surprised? Honestly, is anyone surprised if this would be occurring? Where would be greater opportunities for career advancement and access to resources? What do you think? It's not the first time it's happened throughout history, and how can Australia address it? How can Australia be a more attractive place for people to reside and for just technology and innovation? This is the thing, and this is a comment I make in nearly every video, is regarding our complexity of our economy. If we jump over here, and once the Observatory of Economic Complexity loads up, you'll see that our economic complexity is one of the lower numbers in the world. Come on, we'll load that up. Maybe it's not working. Oh, well, there we go. We're 73rd in the world, everyone. All of the products that we're exporting are mineral raw products with little value added to them, where a lot of the products that were imported are value added. And one of the arguments, particularly from the Morrison government, is that Australia has hopes of bringing manufacturing back to our nation, but in value added, maybe high-end biotech or chemical production, some of the things that we have a competitive advantage on a global scale. Now, the issue is, if we're losing our talents and our intellectual property and can't maintain or keep the talent in our country, plans of improving our economic complexity or bringing manufacturing in more high-end products back to Australia, growing some of these other, what do we have here? Let's look at chemical products, growing some of these other products, it's going to diminish. It will be a challenge. What else do we have here? I think this is the best one here. So, aluminium oxide is at 6.6 billion. Packaged medicines at 1.81 billion. And this is where we have a chance. But what do you think? So there we have it, everyone. Concerns about conflicts of interest from our scientists and academics. I can't say I'm surprised. Are you? As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us by PayPal. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.